Hello, my sexy people. Welcome back to Manifesting Her podcast. And if this is your first time here and we haven't met yet, hello, my name is Julie. I am so happy that you are here today. I hope you're enjoying your day so far. Today, we are going to be diving into what daily conscious creation really looks like. Identity work integration, manifesting, whatever you want to call it. And more importantly, we're going to be diving into what's actually happening behind the scenes in your brain and in your body when you do this deep identity transformation work. Because I feel like this is something that a lot of people think of when it comes to manifestation. They think that manifesting your goals needs to look like some big dramatic moment where boom, you get your manifestation, it's delivered to you on a silver platter, yay, right? And sometimes that can happen, but it's not like that for everyone. It's not a perfect storyline. It's not, something that you would see in a movie. But yeah, that is what I feel like a lot of people see manifestation as, or at least that's what they expect for themselves. They expect for their manifestation to just, be delivered on a silver platter, for it to be super, dramatic and big and boom, like here it is. Or, some people even do a bunch of practices, affirmations here and there, and visualizing here and there, and just like trying a whole bunch of manifestation techniques, which is definitely not what we're going to be going over. It's not going to be, just me telling you, try all these manifestation techniques to rewire your identity and your reality. That's absolutely not it. But a lot of people do see manifestation as like trying, or integrating and applying all of these practices, and just waiting for the desires to drop in. And if you've been in my world for a while, you already know that is not the case, okay? Manifesting your goals, manifesting your dreams, creating a new life for yourself, becoming an entirely new person, new version of yourself that is already within you, is all in the micro moments and the daily choices that you make, the way that you feed your mind, the things that you feed your mind, the amount of times that you catch the limiting thoughts that pass by, the way you regulate your body, if you regulate your body, okay? Yeah, those tiny moments are really what compounds into an entirely new identity, which is exactly how your reality shifts. Like, you already know, I say this all the motherfucking time, okay? To create a new reality starts from the inside out. And the reason this works is because of something called neuroplasticity. In simple terms, that just means your brain's ability to rewire itself. So every time you think or feel something, neurons fire together. Like Dr. Joe Dispenza says, his well-known saying, when neurons that fire together wire together, okay? Repeated firing strengthens that connection. So that is exactly how identity becomes embodied. It becomes who you are. All right, let's dive into the 3 daily must-dos that I recommend to rewire your identity and reshape your reality in a way where you become the identity who can attract and sustain the kind of life that you want. And you bet your plump booty that I do these every single day. Okay, and these practices are also included in everything I teach because they work. Number 1 is desire exposure. And what that tangibly looks like is feeding your mind. Okay, you are intentionally feeding your mind with information that you want it to retain. So this can be through self-talk, to yourself, or listening to audio tracks, which I have some on my YouTube channel. So self-talk rampages, I am affirmation tracks, visualization, mental rehearsing, in whatever way, feed your mind with your desires. Okay, familiarize your mind with your desires. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, and for short, the RAS. Okay, that is basically your brain's filter. It decides what information makes it into your conscious awareness, so you're not overwhelmed by billions of signals every single second. Okay. So if your subconscious identity is, I'm unlucky in love, I'm always unlucky in love, I always attract the fuckboys, okay, your RAS is primed to that, and it will ignore the signs of potential partners that you actually consciously want to be with. Like, you don't want to be in a situationship for the rest of your life. Obviously, that's not what you consciously want, but that is your subconscious identity, and that is that 95% of who you are. That is what overrides the 5% conscious desire of you wanting something else. And your RAS will only highlight the red flags. That's literally all you will see. Vice versa, if your subconscious identity was, I attract healthy love, you're just that person who just believes that, you know, everyone loves her and she always gets treated like a queen. That girl, that identity, her RAS only starts surfacing the aligned opportunities. That's all she sees, and that's what continues to be her reality. So by programming your subconscious with repetition and imagery and self-talk, and again, feeding your mind desire exposure, you are training your RAS to highlight evidence that matches your new belief. This is why vision boards and scripting and visualizing, all of these things work, because they give the IRS, oh hell no. These practices prime your RAS into, it's like you're priming it into being a search image to like filter for, to search for. Like on Google, you input like an image into, however that, I've never used it, but that's just the example that popped up into my head. But you like give an image to Google and you're like, okay, search for other things that relate to this. That's literally your RAS. Number 2 is redirecting self-talk and your behavior. So this one requires a lot of conscious presence and awareness and observation. So the more that you catch your old identity programming in real time and you shift it, the more ingrained your new identity becomes. So I want you to imagine that you're an actress in a movie and you're playing the part of your desired identity. Your old identity shows up through unconscious self-talk. Like, I can't afford that. Oh my God, I'm so ugly. I look so fat today. Whatever it is. And it also will show up through old behavioral patterns. Every time that happens, that's you losing character when you're trying to act in that movie. And what that means is, first of all, production team, the director is going to be like, bro, get your shit together, say the line, remember the line. And the movie production will be delayed, aka your manifestation, aka the reality that you're creating is being delayed when you lose character. Now, your job is to stay in character. So what I want you to do when you lose character, and again, having the level of awareness and being observant, being present, which is actually a huge tip for this is, so I always say, every day we are living our automatic program and we slip into unconsciousness, right? Because it's like we wake up, we brush our teeth, we get ready, we make breakfast, we go to work, and then we're done with work, and then we come home, and then we make dinner, and then maybe we do the laundry, and then we go to sleep, and then we do it all over again and again and again and again. It's literally what we expect. It's a predictable future, right? What I want you to do is practice being present. Practice pulling yourself out of that. Set alarms if you need to, but practice pulling yourself out of the fucking matrix and tapping into yourself, tuning into yourself, and being like, okay, so like, have I let my old identity slip recently? What have I been saying? What did I say in conversations about, X, about money or whatever? Just reflect a little bit, right? Bring yourself into awareness. The more that you practice that, the more conscious you'll become throughout the day. When you lose character, I want you to redirect your thoughts and actions and, whatever's happening in the moment to match the version of you who already lives this reality. Basically, when you lose character, get back into it. Take 2. What is what do they say? They say, what do they say? Oh, action. Why was it so hard for you? Today, when they say action, right? You're like, okay, back into my desired identity. It's literally, that is identity transformation. You are practicing being her. Okay, that's literally everything we do inside of my membership, Manifesting Her Academy. So again, this requires awareness of your unconscious thought patterns and your behavioral patterns that contradict your future self. So every time you catch yourself and shift, remember what we talked about before, that is literally strengthening the new neural pathway and pruning the old one, weakening the old one. Okay, every small micro moment creates immense impact. It's all compounded, okay? When you're doing this work too, I want you to literally visualize your desired identity neural pathway. There's a lot of them, it's not just one. But, the desired neural pathways, like on steroids, okay? Every time you shift and you redirect, you're cementing and ingraining a new neural pathway, and the old one is dissolving. The old identity, the old stories that you submit to, that I'm broke, I can't afford that, I'm fat, I always attract the fuck boys, all of these old narratives, bye-bye, they're gone, okay? And actually this shifts into number 3 that we're going to be talking about, okay, which is regulation when you are triggered from unwanted circumstances. Nervous system regulation. A huge piece of the puzzle is working with your nervous system. Your nervous system is always communicating back and forth with your subconscious network in your brain. It doesn't lie. It tells the truth. Your body tells the real truth based on how you feel when you do this work. There are some things that will delay your manifestation process and your identity transformation if you are unaware of them. Your amygdala in your brain decides what memories get stored deeply, which are usually the super emotional or threatening ones, okay? In subconscious terms, it's like, I want you to think of it as like the alarm system that tags certain beliefs as life or death. That's literally what it does. So if wealth once felt unsafe, maybe you experienced a lot of your parents fighting over money, or maybe you yourself fought over money. A lot of turmoil was created because of money, a lot of stress, rejection, whatever it was. The amygdala flags it as a threat, and your subconscious will resist it until you regulate safety around money. Let's talk about resistance really quick. When you feel a push-pull effect, right? When you're doing these practices, maybe you're doing the practices, you're feeling super good, like you feel like it's literally right around the corner, and then nothing. That push-pull effect. What's happening is cognitive dissonance. This occurs when your current beliefs, the old identity beliefs, we'll label it, conflict with your desired identity, the reality that you actually want. And what's called your ACC, your anterior cingulate cortex, if I'm saying that right, that is your brain's lie detector. It notices the mismatch between the things that you're affirming and the things that you're visualizing, like when you're feeding your brain with things, right, that we talked about before, desire exposure. It will notice the mismatch and it'll try to like reconcile the gap, and that's what creates so much resistance and like, oh, that doesn't feel good, that doesn't feel real. It's like when you're trying to affirm I'm a millionaire and it just doesn't hit. You're like, okay, affirmations don't work. It's not that it doesn't work, it's that you need to start somewhere else. You need to work with your nervous system, okay? When this is happening, your prefrontal cortex is putting in work, which is the affirming and the visualizing, right? And what actually feels true to your body from past experiences or your current reality, your subconscious mind is noticing that mismatch between what feels true between those things. So dissonance is literally why you sabotage yourself, because your brain hates holding two contradictory ideas. It either pushes you to downgrade your desire, like, okay, maybe I don't really need that, or it'll push you to upgrade your beliefs to align with it, which is the work that we're doing now. So when you feel the resistance, like I want wealth, right? I am a millionaire, I'm a money magnet, I have a healthy, passionate, loving, intimate relationship, I love my body, whatever it is, but it actually feels in your body impossible. It feels super fake. It feels like, no, that could never be me. Please do not see this as a failure or as if like this is permanent, this is fixated, because it's not. I want you to see this as proof that your brain is just trying to, like I said, reconcile the gap. Your job is to just keep normalizing the new belief until it feels safe and congruent. Instead of fighting your ACC in your brain, the brain's lie detector. I want you to bridge the gap with ladder thoughts, ladder affirmations, okay? Practice the ladder of believability. And this is kind of like what bridges that gap is, instead of saying I'm a millionaire, you say I'm learning to manage my money well. I'm learning to trust myself. It's safe for me to receive. It's safe for me to trust myself to manage money, right? That feels a little bit more believable than I'm a millionaire. Like straight up, I'm a millionaire. Okay, again, work with your nervous system. Each believable step keeps the ACC calm, your brain's lie detector, while rewiring your identity. So here's the real life application, okay? Day to day, unwanted circumstances will trigger you. Maybe your date cancels on you. Maybe you get an unexpected bill, or you feel ignored by somebody, or you look in the mirror and you feel fat, whatever it is. You might notice yourself slipping back into old thoughts and old behavioral patterns. This is where regulation comes in. Okay, so pause, check in with your nervous system, and pivot to safe conscious creation work. And also another thing too, it's not just the triggers, but it's also a lot of people will experience, again, them, doing the conscious creation work. And maybe you're listening to a self-talk rampage and something within the self-talk rampage says, I'm a successful multi-7-figure business owner. And you all of a sudden feel like, ooh, like, whoa, that I didn't like that. That feels fake, right? This is a perfect time for you to regulate and apply the ladder of believability. So breathe, ground, regulate, do whatever, practice breath work, practice EFT tapping, go for a walk, whatever it is, anything but the conscious creation work. Take a step back from it and regulate yourself. Get your body into a neutral state. This teaches your brain and your body that you can respond from alignment instead of unconsciously reacting from old programming. And over time, this work compounded is what gets rid of that push-pull effect and helps you rewire faster. So again, your nervous system is literally the gatekeeper of change. It has two parts: the sympathetic branch, which is the fight or flight, and the parasympathetic branch, which is the rest and restore. So a lot of our big goals are commonly going to feel unsafe or too big, too much, too fast, too far to reach. So if your body feels threatened by that, it will pull you back into old habits to survive. That is the self-sabotage that everyone experiences when we have these big goals that we want to manifest. And so that's why nervous system regulation is such a huge part of the puzzle, because you are expanding your window of tolerance. You're teaching your body that success and love and wealth and health equal safety, equates to safety, equates to familiarity, equates to that being your baseline. Because without this, the rewiring is not going to stick, because your body is going to reject it through the forms of self-sabotage. Okay, this is why a lot of people manifest things. Like I have a couple stories where I manifested big success. I'm pretty sure the last episode is on that. Manifest big success because I didn't feel safe to hold it. And multiple other reasons, but my nervous system wasn't aligned with it. If today's episode landed for you and you're noticing how much you've been trying to manifest while feeling stuck in the same old patterns or repeating the same results, this is exactly the kind of work that we do inside of Manifesting Her Academy, my membership, because it's not just about saying affirmations or visualizing every once in a while. Like those things do work, but what it's really about is rewiring your identity on a subconscious level, on a literal neuroscientific level. Okay, you learn how to feed your mind with the right signals, and you catch and redirect from your old identity to your new identity every single day. That is transformation, all in the micro moments. This is how you move from wishing and hoping for your dreams to actualize to living them as your new normal. Like you wake up tomorrow and that's just your life. And it's more than possible for you when you do this work. Mwah, I love you so much. If you are interested in Manifesting Her Academy, the link is in the show notes below, where you can find out more details about it. And if you haven't yet, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Julie Ray for more free content on identity-based manifestation, and of course YouTube for all of my juicy conscious creation tools. And as always, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or if you had any powerful aha moments. Of course, share them online. Make sure to tag me so I can share the excitement with you. And I love you so much. I will see you next time.